Hi, good morning, everyone. So today, um, I'm representing MTC, MUANGTHAI Capital. So I guess some of you are already shareholders, and some of you guys probably hearing from us for the first time. So I'm going to use this opportunity to explain to you about the products that we do, and second half we'll go through the performance, and hopefully if you guys have any question, then I'm welcome to answer the questions. Otherwise, then you guys can email me, and then I will reply to your email directly. So our business is microfinance. We've been doing the business for 30 years. And to be exact, what we mean by microfinance is that the loan that we give to customers is very small in terms of the ticket size, like $500 per ticket size, and customer come in and they pledge the title of their motorbike with us or their car, and then they walk back within 20 minutes. With the motorbike and the car. However, we work on the volume. So today we have 2.16 million active contracts, right? So and roughly 1.5 million active customers. Okay. So this is the performance quickly. We've been doing the business for 30 years, and then we listed in 2014, and back then we had the loan book of 7.5 billion baht loan book, and you see the loan book today, right? It's 44 billion baht loan book, right? So we use the opportunity that we listed in the stock market to grow the business. I will go through this in more details later. So this is the shareholder structure. Quickly notice that majority of the share are owned by the family member. So around 67% of the shares. And trying to be very transparent here. So the board of the directors, we try to get people from the outside, professional, to sit as a board of the directors. So only Kun Chuchat and Kun Nanapa that come from the family member, and the other people they don't involve on the day-to-day operation. So quickly about the business. As I mentioned earlier, when you begin to do microfinance and with limited resources you have in your hand, what do people usually do? They tend to lend out the loan which involve small ticket sizes. So that's why we began at motorbike, because everything was self-financed by both Kun Chuchat and Kun Nanapa, who back then had limited money. So they began with the motorbike, and later it becomes our main product. And then in 2003, they started to expand the business to car title loan. But for this car title loan is to existing good motorbike customers only. Because we did not have much cash, so we were very conservative on lending out the big ticket size. So we rather prefer to lend to good motorbike customers, and then if they are good, they have car, then they can borrow on the car. And in 2014, this is when the game changing came in. After 23 years in operation, we decided to list the company in the stock market. Back then we had 506 branches, and within 1 year we expanded to 940 branches. And we because we had more money, so we started to do car title loan, and we gave the car title loan to the new customers, and then we expanded the product to the land title loan and the nano finance as well. But for the nano finance, you need the license from Bank of Thailand on this. And then we also, in 2016, we worked on something else. We worked on we announced the anti-corruption scheme that we want to work on. And 2017, we landed on the set 50. And then today, we are number one in microfinance in terms of the loan book and number of customers. And we receive CG of 5 stars. So the picture I want to give to you here is that microfinance industry is very fragmented in my country. It is very fragmented. The reason why it is fragmented is that there is no regulation govern this industry, which means that there are more than thousands of players operate in doing this business without any license, because no supervisor. So any single person in Thailand, they can do this business. We are under one law, which is called civil law or commercial law. So what it means by that, it means that the interest they can charge customer is 15%, 15, plus reasonable amount. So that's why there's so many players. The players can be motorbike dealers, owner of gold shop. Very fragmented market here. But at the same time, it gives opportunity for the strongest player or stronger players to grow in the business, or maybe perhaps the most ready players. However, earlier this year, because this industry has evolved so much that Bank of Thailand decided to jump into to supervise this industry, which is a good thing. It was a friendly approach from Bank of Thailand, which what they will monitor is that they come up with the rate that every single player, instead of charging 15% plus reasonable amount, which depends on the company, how they think what the amount was, and the market back at that time. Some players they charge at 40%, some 35%, which could be biased to the consumers. Bank of Thailand decided to jump in and include everything at 28%. So that's why today we are about to be regulated by Bank of Thailand, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. 28%, good for the country, good for the Thai people. However, the impact for us is that we've been charging customers at the lowest in the country for many, many years. So the rate we charge, our inclusive of everything, is 23%. So we expect that the new license should be out anytime between today and end of year. Again, and once when the license is out, then the most ready person will be able to grow this company, this industry, and restructure the whole things. And I think we are the one that has the most ready. The question I usually receive is that, will there be more competitors entering this industry once the regulation become clear? Just want to explain to you about the competition. The heart of this business is to acquire a customer base first. Because once you have the customers, once I have my customers, today I have 3,300 branches. And the goal for the next 2 years is to have 4,500 branches. The customers here in Thailand, they like to go to the branch that is close by to their home. They wouldn't ride a motorbike 50 kilometers from their house just to go to borrow the loan. Doesn't make sense. So this is the first thing, have the network, and we have the network. And if the new players or whoever come in and don't have as much network, they would probably don't have as many customers. Second is that the yield that we charge, we have been charging the lowest in the country. If other players jump into this industry and are charging higher rate, nobody will go to you. None of my customers will go. So they have to provide lower rate. But to provide lower rate, then they have to be able to have better operations and lower NPL. We have the lowest NPL in the country, 1.3% today. So they have to control that. If they have NPL of 5%, 6%, 7%, it is impossible that they're going to charge at a lower rate than us. Third is the title. As I mentioned earlier, that the way we operate the business is that customers walk into my branch and then place their title with us, and then leave with the cash, go home, right? And once we have the title, means that when the customers want to maybe want to go somewhere else, want to use other service, then my people, the customer would have to use the title with other company as well. But my people will have the opportunity to try to convince the customers. So this is the advantage of being the first mover. And that is the reason why we are trying to expand rapidly in the coming years. So now the plan for the next 3 years. We are towards the end of the first year plan, right? So the aim is to have the to end up 2020 with 4,500 branches. How about the loan book? What's the plan for the loan book? I would say the new loan. The new loan, the plan, the first of the 3 years, which is this year, is to have the new loan increased by 40%. We achieved that. So we said hopefully the loan book would follow. So today the loan book has increased 38.5% year on year, which is not bad. And next year we want to have the new loan of an increase in the new loan of 35% and 30% the year after. This is our commitment to the shareholders, and it is our internal mission. So we do not think that we will miss that out, because we have a lot of plan to expand the branches. Not only that, if you consider the product that we provide in microfinance, even though we are the largest microfinance provider in the country, but the product range we have is probably the smallest, believe it or not. We do motorbike, we expand it to car, we do pickup, we do farmland, we do tractor. However, the microfinance industry in this country, they do much more than this. What do? They do housing loan, they do condominium loan, they do SME loan, they do 6-wheelers loan, 10-wheelers loan. We have none of this. However, we've been growing the fastest comparing to the industry. We've been growing roughly 40%. Industry probably only 20%, you see. And we don't have a plan yet to expand to overseas, because there could be another risk that we do not know. So we really think it's a great opportunity for MTC to expand in the next 3 years. Great market, and we are the most ready. So I've been telling you about this. Maybe later I will talk to you about the performance. Okay, but just to clarify with you that today this industry is supervised. We are very happy, and then going forward, we think that if you are the most ready guy, you will benefit you most, and I cannot think of any other people who is more ready than us. So this is the this page quickly, that we have branches. So anything that below 30,000 baht of credit, then the branch level will approve. Anything beyond that, then has to be a branch manager. So roughly this is my the picture of my branch. The branch manager stays in the big branch. One branch manager look after 20 branches. And every 10 branch managers will be under one regional manager. So the branch manager at least 10 years of experience. No compromise on this. And regional manager is 20 years of experience. That's how we operate. Today we have 170 branch managers. And the philosophy is quite easy running microfinance. It's not complicated business, but you need to be disciplined. And all of my employees, they are very disciplined. We can talk more in that, but I think you guys prefer numbers more. Easy to calculate. So all of them, we rent all of them. So we never own, well, we own less than 10, perhaps 10-ish. But today we have 3,300 branches. So what is the market overview, right? So the microfinance is a very, I believe is a very big industry, but however, MTC, despite that, is #1 player. We only have the loan book of 44 billion baht. That is like just over 1.5 billion US dollar. This is very small comparing to Thailand's GDP, 44 billion baht. If you look at the credit card company, some of them, they have loan book like close to 100 billion baht. Some of them, close to 100 billion baht. Credit card even easier. No, credit card is more difficult to get approval than microfinance. So that is an example. That, big opportunity. But however, if you look at the accumulated number of vehicle registered in my country, the blue bar is the motorbike, been increasing every year. Today is close to 21 million registered motorbike. We only have, out of the 2 million active contract, we only have 1.5 million active contract belongs to motorbike. Still a big room to grow. Okay, we do not expect that not all these motorbikes need to get microfinance from us. But still a big room in the next 3 years. And for the cars, there are 60 million cars. Number increases every year too. I think we have less than 300,000 contracts on car. So it's still, a big market for this. New loan been increasing. So last quarter, accumulated first 9 months, almost 58 billion, so equivalent to last year already. So, and new contracts, we also have a lot of new contracts. So all follows, right? And loan receivable today, in total, is worth of 44 billion baht, right? This is the product mix we have. So we are #1 in microfinance, in motorbike loan. In motorbike loan, we are #1. Every company should have their own products highlights. For us, it's small ticket sizes. We concentrate on motorbike. We expand it to car. We are good at car. We don't really concentrate much on the land. We can grow a lot on the land, but we don't really think that is the forecast. If you can still grow at 40% rate. However, you notice that last quarter that we gave out a lot of nano loan. So the nano loan is a clean loan, but however, the reason was that we reduced the contract size of the motorbike, and then we give some to the nano. The reason was to prepare ourselves for the new regulation. When it is out, then we wouldn't split the contract. Just to make things become more smooth. However, the yield, the risk profile and everything just the same as as the previous quarter. So I would, if you're interested in this, you should look at the my presentation, which is on our website on the second quarter. It would be more realistic than this. But just because the third quarter we split the contract. So instead of one person come to borrow the loan of say the value of motorbike, the market price is 30,000 baht and loan to value I give is 15,000. In the past, the 15,000 I charge everything at 23% under the civil law, 23%. But this time we split to avoid to make it more smooth for the new regulation to come out. So instead of charging everything 23%, we charge first half 15% under civil law. 15% not because civil law says 15 plus X, right? We erase the X, 15% clear. And the other half is charged under nano license, which is 36%, totally different separate contract. But altogether the yield 23%. That's what we did. So that's why you see more of the nano. But when the new license come out, we are going to merge everything back, and you will see more proportion of motorcycle back, similar to second quarter and first quarter. So the loan book been growing. You see, 7.5 billion now is to 44 billion, and the number of branches been growing as well. The average account receivable per branch is 14 million baht per branch, been very consistent. Bear in mind that because in 2014 we had 500 branches, and today we have 3,000 branches. 80% of our branch, they are less than 3 years old. Bear in mind with that. What I'm trying to message you is that the average 14 million baht per branch is the average of the 3 years old branch. But usually I expect that today if we do not open any new branch, this number will grow. But in fact, we still open new branches because there are so many opportunities. So it may sound like we are very aggressive on the business. But are we aggressive? Look at this. Allowance for the doubtful account. So our definition of the NPL is anything overdue more than 90 days. Clear, full stop. Anything overdue more than 90 days is the NPL. Okay, we use Ernst & Young for our auditor. Besides that, we are preparing ourselves for the IFRS 9, and then we use KPMG on that. So to avoid the conflict, right? But before the IFRS 9, for the current accounting standard, we provide the reserve of 258% on top of the NPL. So this is very conservative. And you know, despite NPL of 560 million baht, usually we get around 70% back on the NPL. Okay, we process the motorbike, we process the cars, we sell them in our own auction house. And however, today NPL is 1.26%. One thing you notice, 90% of my customers, they come to pay on time at our branch. Total revenue. So it's been growing every quarter, right? It's been growing every quarter. Every quarter is a new high because we are a growing company, right? Notice one thing, revenue structures, mainly revenue come from the interest income and management fee. We do not forecast revenue from enforcing people to pay slow and charge them high on that. We don't believe in that philosophy. Okay. The red one is the remaining cash end of day, then we place at the bank, we get deposit interest back from them. So interest income been growing every year because we keep expanding. And everything we do, all the branch link digital, online, and all the data and everything is online. We use our own credit analysis on the customers. OPEX been going down from 56% before IPO. Now it is 43%. So actually, there's an economy of scale here that you can see, right? And going forward, I believe that it should still go down, but maybe not as fast as in the early years, but still going down. Net profit, you see, from the IPO, it's been new high every quarter, right? In 2016, 280, 300, 400, 480. It's been only high every quarter. So the point is this: you can try to expand the business fast, but at the same time, most players, they cannot control their NPL. But my business, as I said, the discipline is very important. Reflect the strong corporate culture. We've been operating for 30 years. So everything we do, we are very confident at that. And it reflects on NPL very low. Net profit is not bad. And the rate we charge the lowest in the country. And the yield, as I mentioned, last quarter 23%, 24% each. One thing I admit, this year the funding cost is increasing because of the expectation that the policy rate will increase in my country. My goal for next year is to have the funding below 3.9%, allowing policy rate to increase 2 times. Okay, so we'll see. And we're on BBB on local credit rating. So we are still on the way to go up. We don't know when. I'm very optimistic. That's why I also work in IR. So we expect that once it improves for 1 notch, BBB to BBB plus, we can save around 30 to 50 bips in the funding, and we still have a room to go to A minus and A rating. So still, a long improvement that we can do. So hopefully it will offset. Return on equity 35% and net profit margin 35%. Again, this is the interest-bearing debt. Most of the funding come from debt capital market. We issue bond. I would say 70% of that come from debt capital market. 30% come from bank loans. And but if you look at the whole IBD, then we try to borrow long term, 70%. And long term, I mean anything longer than 1 year. But average borrowing, short term, long term together is around 2.2 years. Despite the fact that my customers, the average they borrow is around 1.5 years. But my sounds I overfinance, but I don't want I don't want all this amount to be overdue within 1.5 years. Hard to sleep at night. And so another question is, would I increase my equity? Because I've been growing very fast. A lot of questions came in 2017 when when our debt to equity keeps jumping from 0.7 to 3.1. But one thing you notice is that over last 3 quarters, despite we have paid out the dividend, 15%, 1.5. Our debt to equity is 3 times. Commercial banks, they are happy to have it below 4 times anytime. So I do not think that I will increase the equity. Forget about it. Because we are slowing down the growth as the base is getting bigger. Again, today we have 44 billion baht of the loan base. And in the next 3 years, our vision, if it increases by like 35 and 30, it will be close to 80 billion baht. Which I do not think that we have, there will be any reason that we need to increase this, the equity. So these are the numbers, and I think I have touched them earlier. Today we have 7,000 employees. So each branch has roughly 2.5 people. Well, this was our mission earlier this year. First, new loan growth 40%. So we make that. Account receivable 40%. We did 38.5. To hit 4,000 branches, I think this is in by 2020. So now we changed to 4,500. NPL less than 1.5%. In 2 years, it will be less than 2%, I would say. The reason I say 2% is this. Because we have prepared ourselves for IFRS 9, and we did vintage analysis. So we look back into the contracts of 4.8 million contracts that look at them over the past 4 years, from 2017 downward. And when those contracts expire, they came up with the number 2.03% of NPL. So assume that today, if we don't give out any new loan, it should be that number. So allow me for 2% NPL or less. So we achieved everything this year. So this is the plan of the government spending. So this year they have spent a lot of money comparing to in 2017, which will be good for my customers. There will be more cash in the system. Let me put it this way. People ask me about the industry, what's happening to the country? Is the country doing any better this year? I would say it's the same, but they have better hope in the future. However, my business, I do not think it gets affected because we are still like a little dot in the system. And we've been growing rapidly over the past 5 years where the economy was very bad, pretty bad. It cannot get worse than those 5 years. So the outlook, it will be quite good. Okay? We managed to grow, so you don't have to worry about the future, at least for the next 3 years. Government spending. Okay, so I want to take this opportunity to show you the my CG score, 5 stars. We're trying to work very hard, and even go further to the world-class stage on this as well. And we provide the sustainability report. First time is this year, and you're happy. If you want that, you can always contact our office for the English version. Besides that, we donate a lot of money as a corporate. We donate through the education. And this is probably why we don't charge customers at the highest rate. People ask me, why don't you charge the highest? You have a lot of room gap to charge. This is why we donate a lot of money. So does it make sense? Charge customers high and donate high. So we donate to religion. We donate a lot of blood. The goal is 70% of the employees, they go to donate blood every year. Besides the corporate donation, as a family itself, we also donate a lot of money. So we try not to take the corporate net profit to the donation, but take our own money from the dividend. So 2015, we helped to build emergency building for the hospital. 2016, we helped to build the economic department for the university. And last year, we purchased medical devices. This year, we are building another hospital, emergency building for the local hospital. So that is for in our belief. So I think that I will leave it to Q&A. And if you guys have any questions, but so far I haven't seen it. I cannot see Q&A on here. So the first question, how you select the branch position for each city, people's occupations, ages. So basically it's this. If I have my people say in Bangkok, I only have a branch, say one branch in Bangkok, right? And if this branch has so many people, usually my small branch can accommodate like only 400 existing customers, active customers. And if the customers become more, then I will look into the customer's profile, checking out where are these people from. And if they are from other city or other areas that we don't have a branch, then we are going to open the branch there. That is how we expand. So we really have a big data of our customers. So we use that data to expand the branch network. So how about people's occupations? My customers, they are unprivileged customers, they are unbanked, they are offline customers. So they don't have pay in slip. If they have pay in slip, perhaps they go to commercial banks to borrow the loan. My customers, they are the left behind people. They don't have this kind of data. So we give the loan based on the asset collateral, the value of it, loan to value of 50%. We do auction ourselves. So we pretty much know what the market price is. So we don't really select the occupation. However, if my branch is in Bangkok and if the customers come from other city, then we would ask a guarantor for this customer to make sure that if he doesn't pay on time, we can go to the guarantor. That's how we do. But I must admit one thing, that as we expand the branch more and go outside the city more, then my customers base will be more of farmers, because we are going to the village level now, right? In the past, we were more in the city. So the city people, they can be, they can do like mom and pop shop. They can be, you know, the labor daily wage people, like air conditioner repairer, example, painter, for example. As you're moving outside Bangkok, then it will be other kind of a group. Ages is very well diversified. Apparently, because we done with the IFRS 9, so we know pretty much like very good diversified. From 20 to 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50 to 60. Very well divided. No concentration on any age. Dividend policy. The policy is still on 50%, 50. We still haven't changed the policy. It's been like this since the IPO, but because of the next few years, we need equity to grow. So we are going to pay 15%, 15% for the next 3 years. On page 20, what is your view on Thai government initiative on EEC? This project will benefit your business. In a wide range, it will benefit. But if only on EEC itself, then it will benefit people who live in, my customers who live in that area. They will have more money, of course. Once people have money, they want to change to improve their lifestyle. So that's what they will do, right? There will still be a demand there, right? Which is good, because in a bad economy, if it lasts for too long, my business is good when the economy is bad. People need to borrow more. But if it lasts for too long, then it won't be good. It's good one. It's a better once in a while when you government inject cash into the systems. But it's not only. I don't think it will. It's not only EEC that have an impact in my business today. We will have the election coming up, and that there will be more money in the system for sure. So this will also be benefit. So hence the NPL will be better. At the same time, people will improve their life buying new things. So again, I think before I wrap off, before I am off, I want to wrap up quickly that with this business, right? If the investors are happy, with us to grow the new loan 35% next year, because we already have shown you that we achieve new loan growth 40% this year. The goal next year is 35%, and the year after is 30%, by keeping the NPL below 2%. And we want to concentrate on small ticket sizes. Average ticket size of my company today is 22,000 baht only. That's equivalent to $600 only. No single ticket value higher than 200,000 baht. We only concentrate on this. And we will not go overseas because the domestic market we still can grow. If you're happy with that, then you should invest. But if you're not happy, that is fine. But remember today, next year, if I am lucky to be here again, I will probably say the same thing to you guys. Okay? Have a good day.